Hey everybody, this is Amanda Davis, owner and founder of Business Solutions by Design, your accounting ally. Coming back to you the first week in December, talking about what else month close, right? We talk about this every year, but every year it's so important. And this year it's actually more important than in previous years because we have that new tax act that was passed. So that's coming into effect now for the 2018 tax season. So everybody's got that going on, and you have a bunch of tax preparers right now just gearing up for it. I talked to my sister and she's like, with everything we normally do in this new law, she's like, yeah, I'm not really sure how this year is going to go, but I think it's going to be a little bit more hectic than most. So I think we have a lot of people that feel that way. So to get everything ready, let's go ahead and get you a checklist. So if you check out our written blog, we have a checklist that you can download. I think you have to put in your email because we're actually doing a little bit of marketing efforts this year, starting at the end of the year, moving in 2019. So yeah, you can get our checklist if you like, but we'll talk about a few things. So we have to get your books in order. What does that mean? It means you got to enter all the transactions, anything that came over from the bank account, the credit card account. We need to get those accounts reconciled. We need to make sure the reports look good, right? If you pay a vendor, could be a company, could be an individual, you might need to get a Form W-9 for them. So that's something you need to kind of review and make sure you have all of your documentation that you need to do. And so that's kind of about getting your books in order, but it's also a great time of year end, to start evaluating insurance. If your insurance policy isn't coming up right now, it might be a good time of year to just kind of look at it and see where things are. Do you have the appropriate insurance? Do you need to up the amounts that you're insured for? Do you need to have different insurance? For example, not just healthcare. I know that open enrollment is happening right now, and there's some very important deadlines coming up associated with that. So if you're going to do healthcare, I would get right on that right now. But if you're looking at other types of insurance, you can go ahead and talk through some people when it comes to things like general business insurance. Do you need professional liability insurance? Do you need errors and omission insurance? Is there any other type of specialty insurance you might need? Do you need disability insurance as a business owner? That's kind of a big one. Do you need insurance to protect your equipment and automobiles, all of that good stuff. So now would be a really great time to go back and review those policies, maybe talk to your insurance agent and just kind of see where you are and kind of plan from there. So taxes, the horrible T word, which is why we're starting this conversation as early as possible in the month of December, because you need to get your stuff to your tax preparer like as soon as possible so that they have plenty of time to help you come up with appropriate strategies. If there's a new tax planning, you probably need to be doing that now before December 31st, because sometimes you can run out if you're a cash basis taxpayer. Sometimes you have to do a lot of tax planning strategies before year end if you're going to do major purchases and that kind of stuff. For example, there's some benefits in 2018 specifically for large equipment, fixed assets, maybe vehicles, that kind of stuff. So you may want to have time to talk to your tax professional and see about what you can do there in terms of taking some deductions if you have the cash flow available for something like that. Your retirement, sometimes retirement contributions can be a good tax strategy. Going in and doing a financial planning session with your planner, your financial planner, might be a good time of year if you don't know one. I know several very good financial planners, and I also know several very good insurance brokers. So if you need a referral, please talk to us. And large expenses we talked about, but there's also some surprises within the new tax law. There's this really cool special 20% deduction that you may or may not qualify for and you may or may not phase out of. So these are the reasons you need to get stuff to your tax professional early, but here's something I don't want you to be surprised about. If you entertain in the ordinary course of your business, say you take clients to a football game, or you take them to a show or a movie or whatever, and it's part of the way you run your business, those entertainment deductions are no longer deductible. You used to get 50%, now you get 0. So please don't be surprised. You need to make sure you move those out of meals and entertainment. Meals, it's a little bit more complicated, but the general rule of thumb, and speak to your tax professional to be sure, they're still at 50% deductible. You just kind of got to figure out what kind and yada, yada, yada. So there's been some shifts in there, but you haven't lost the meals deduction, so yay! Long story short, get your act together and get it over to your tax professional, meet with your insurance guy, meet with your financial planner so that you can get all of your ducks in a row. You won't have any surprises and you'll have a little bit more time and more options available to you to do some tax strategy and planning things. So hopefully this is all good information. Check out our written blog and we'll be coming at you next week.